Hey everybody, it's been a while. I just wanted to come on and do a short video of 30, and actually I think it's 32 days off, zero point 0.5 Ativan after 3 years. Whew, it's been a ride, emotional, physical, mental ride. I feel, I don't know. I don't want to say I feel better or I feel worse. A lot of things have faded. A lot of things are here. Pretty much all the weird vertigo, walking down the hall, feeling dizzy, buzzing, all that, stuff that I had in the beginning of taper is pretty much gone. I do still have, and I have some new symptoms, but I still do have at times where I feel dizzy. Like I feel like I'm just not, I don't know how I would explain it. I don't want to say dizzy like when you're sick or your sugar gets low. I just feel very, maybe unbalanced. Maybe coordination is a good word. So I don't know, but it's just that feeling. The head pressure stuff is gone. I do get headaches occasionally that do come back. They come back, they leave, they come back. I do have a new symptom, and it does suck. About a month before I jumped off my taper, and just to put it out there, I tapered 0.5 milligrams of Ativan after 3 years in 12 months. So 12 months I tapered off, and I actually jumped at 0.01. Which left me in the water titration. Sorry, my refrigerator's loud. So in the water titration world, that is like you pulling 295 milliliters out of 300. And that's where I actually jumped, because the more that I was dosing, excuse me, the more that I was dosing and I was taking the med, I actually felt like it gave me a paradoxical effects to where it made me feel worse. So I just couldn't pull anymore, and I decided that's when I was going to jump, and I did. So the month before I jumped to now, I've come to this huge annoying symptom that I've never had in my entire life, and that is MSG intolerance. And that means anything with MSG. It's never bothered me before. So like things that are already, flavored, like potato chips, processed foods like, ice cream, fruit roll-ups, fruit snacks, things like that, a normal person can eat, I cannot have. They just alter my stomach. They make all my symptoms come back. Like I'm in, I don't want to say acute, but I'm back into withdrawal again. And it's not fun. Like it's to the point where I'll eat, and how I know that it's MSG is 30 minutes after I'm eating. Like it literally, I start to sweat. My head, I have a horrible headache. I thought it was my blood pressure. It's not. It's been checked. It's actually really good. And then I start to get like heart palpitations, and that's how I know it was MSG. So yeah. Not fun. Something I've learned on this journey is the more that my stomach is balanced, the less anxiety and the less symptoms I have through Benzo. And I probably would say too, if I just had regular anxiety, I think it all would balance itself out. I'm starting to be a firm believer that your gut really truly is your brain, because when your gut is feeling the worst it can feel, we don't feel good. We don't sleep good. We don't think good. Our brain is foggy. Who wants a stomach ache all day long? Running to the bathroom. Whether you, sorry TMI, but just saying, whether you have diarrhea or constipation, those things aren't comfortable. They don't make you feel good inside when you feel like that, and foods bother you and set you off. And, honestly, when I first started support groups 12 months ago, it was like, everybody was saying like they had this food issue, and I'm just like, I never did, I'm like, okay, well, I don't really know what they're talking about. But what they're meaning is it's not just that they're sick and their stomach hurts, it's their stomach gut health really feels really bad. So, yeah, I'm starting to understand now where clean eating, it sucks because, if I want a milkshake, I have to eat everything really in the beginning of the day, like in the middle of the day. If I go to drink a cup of coffee and it's like 7 o'clock at night, thing of ice cream, 7, 8 o'clock at night, like I don't know what it is. It just sets me off and I have all kinds of symptoms and I'm just a hot mess. So, yeah, so 33 days off tomorrow. A lot of people ask me, do you regret it? No, I don't, because I know that, I don't know what is on the road next for me health-wise, but I do know that I'm off of it. It's out of my system, and now my body can fully try to heal and do what it needs to do. And then a lot of people will ask me, will you ever go back? And honestly, if I could put big words right on the screen, I think I just made my focus go out. Sorry, guys. I would tell you absolutely no, never, ever, ever, nothing in the world. You can't pay me. You can't tell me that I'll be a new person. I will never, ever, 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 ever go back on a benzodiazepine ever again. Like, I've learned so much in a year of how to deal with anxiety. What is anxiety? Depersonalization, intrusive thoughts. They're horrible. But you know what? I didn't have any of those things until I started Ativan. None. I might have had depression and anxiety. Who doesn't? We all do. We all go through trauma. We all go through things in life that are not fun. We all go through loss and hurt and pain. But to be real, nothing in the world can make me go back to a benzo. Nope. Everything that medicine did for me was worse in my life by like 100,000 times. So if I could say one thing to you guys, going through this journey after a year, I'm not going to shame you and tell you not to take medicine. What I am going to tell you though, do your research. Do your research. Don't just pop a pill because your doctor says it's safe. Don't do that. Because you know what? I did, and look what happened to me. I've literally had probably over 500 symptoms. Like, no joke. And a lot of them were the most scariest thing that I've had to go through, and I'm still going through it. And I'm almost 40 days off. I know it's early, but just saying, like, nobody would ever think you'd go through something like this. Ever. Never, ever, ever in a million years did I ever think. I just thought once I got off the medicine, I would be good. You know what I mean? I never knew even just tapering. Like, really? Like, how bad I got? For real? Like, yeah. So that's going to be in my next video, discussing basically, what I feel like should be happening with the medical field. That's a whole nother subject. But these drugs are unreal. They are unreal. It doesn't matter if you're white, you're black, you're a female, you're Mexican, you're Hispanic. Sorry, my brain is so bad. If you're young, if you're old, it doesn't matter. These drugs do not discriminate. They are designed to sedate you, and they are only meant to be used in emergency situations. And in a situation with me and everybody else in my group was not an emergency situation. It was just prescribed, and never stopped. And the minute that it was, or the minute that it stopped working, what happens? Now you have a injured, and I say injury because this is a brain injury. Now you have injured people in the world that are even more angry because nobody told them. And the people who gave them these meds to help them get on these meds can't help them off. There's nothing they can do because they don't know anything about these meds. So, like I said, it's, I've started my podcast. I don't know if I've updated you guys, but starting in August, I will have, I'm hoping to have some guests come on my podcast. So that will be good. I'm running the Benzo House support group with the help of some great people. I try to stay active on Twitter and Instagram as much as I can. If you guys are needing a place for support, I've learned through this journey that the biggest problem, and I think to me, the biggest portion of suicide, and I could be wrong, but comes from not having the support that you need, not having already the medical field not believing you. But if that's not bad enough, your family, your spouse, your children, your loved ones do not believe you because they listen to what your doctor has said. Then they disown you. They make you feel like this is all your fault. It's not. It's nobody's fault but the person who knew what they were doing. When they gave you that pill, when they gave you that prescription, they knew. And if they didn't know, they should have gotten educated, because you don't just hand out something to somebody and have no idea of the repercussion that's going to cause. So please, I cannot stress this enough to the families out there. I'm talking to all of you. Like, seriously, people's families in my group, people's families in groups I used to be in, people around the world. Benzodiazepines are not a treatment for insomnia, anxiety, depression, anxious stomach, IBS, heartburn, headaches, whatever it may be, epilepsy. It is not a treatment. These drugs were designed to work quickly in a case of an emergency and to leave the body even quicker. They are not meant for you to be on as a form of treatment. Eventually, the person on them will hit tolerance like I did and thousands of others. And either what has to happen is you have to up the milligram, which means a higher dose and higher damage, or come off of this drug in a slow taper. Think about this. It took me 1 year to taper 0.5 milligrams of Ativan. Imagine if somebody is on 4, 6, 20 Valium, Ativan, Klonopin, Clonazepam. What does their taper look like? So please, don't think that we're lazy people. We are not lazy people. Do not think that we don't love. We do love. We just don't know how to feel love, because the medicine they have given us has destroyed every single neurotransmitter in our body to feel, to touch, to taste, to see, to hear. Even me now, I have a 5-year-old and a 17-year-old. I know I love my kids, but I don't know how to receive and to give love. I feel like it's not there, like it's missing. Like there's portions of me that make up me aren't there anymore. I pray that I get them back, but it's very real. It's very real. Sitting here talking to you guys right now, my spine and the back of my neck, I can't feel it anymore. It's like it doesn't even, like the bone is not there anymore. Everything is numbed. So please, when you see your family struggling, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, a cousin, an aunt, an uncle, a friend, they are not trying to be lazy. They really are hurting mentally, physically, and emotionally in their hearts, because this drug changes the entire makeup of who you are. If you are a loving, happy-go-lucky individual with motivation, this drug will stop it all. It will stop every bit of it, because it sedates. It doesn't know to sedate just anxiety. It will go in and literally sedate your entire GABA receptors. Everything is sedated. And the problem is, we don't know how long it's going to take for that to come back. Although it's out of my system now, I don't know when my body will regulate itself back to normal, where I can use my own dopamine and serotonin to laugh and to feel good and feel rewarded. I don't know when that will be. And I'm sure the hell not going to go on more antidepressants so they can tell me, Melissa, we can get you to feel that way. You know what? I'm going to feel like that by myself. And I'm not going on no more drugs. So you can push all the drugs in the world that you want. You're not doing it again to me. And I know that I cannot stop Big Pharma, because it's paying the government and the government's paying them, and everybody's paychecks are being signed, and people don't want to lose how they live and survive. But one thing I can do is raise awareness on this channel today to let people know that I have a voice. I have the right to use my amendment, and I will do that by saying, read and do your research. Drugs are not the answer. They're not the answer. They cannot tell you when that drug goes into your brain who you're going to be. They can't sit and go in and do testing and make sure to see that your levels are going back that they claim are imbalanced to begin with. So until they can start doing that, don't take something until you read. If all the bad outweighs the good, don't take it. It's not worth your well-being. It's not worth your life. And it's not worth what I've had to go through and millions have to go through because we trusted the person in that white coat. So until then, guys, please love each other. Get yourself in a good support group. By any means, I'm not a doctor. Everything on my channel is based on experience and not to be used in place of medical at all. But please, support is what got me here. It's what got me through. It got me to taper. Dr. Ashton got me here. And the other people who love me got me to where I'm going next. And I will not stop until I raise more awareness that this drug took 4 years of my life away from me and away from my family. And anybody can beg to differ in the description, in the down bar, or in the comment section they want to. But I'm telling you what, I'm on no other medicine besides melatonin to sleep at night, which now I'm grateful to say I am down from 20 milligrams a night to just 3. So I will tell you that I'm on no other meds for anything else, and I will not be because they can make me worse than I already am. I'm going to learn to fight through anxiety and panic and depression with my therapist, who's been amazing through this journey, and I'm just going to keep going. And I'm not going to look back, and I'm only going to keep raising awareness to help people from falling down this rabbit hole again and again. We are losing too many, and it needs to stop. So like I said, guys, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all my YouTube supporters. I'm grateful for everybody in my support group. If you guys want to join, send a request into Facebook. It's called the Benzo House on Facebook. We are family. We do a lot of interactive things. We actually just got done with a program called Benzo Bags, where I've sent out, numerous bags to people who wanted to sign up. They consist of a bunch of just distraction things to keep their mind going, adult coloring books, colored pencils, crossword puzzles, things in that nature, to bring people some hope and support going through this. And we're going to do a lot more. So the Benzo House has just started and it's not going anywhere. So if you guys need support, please reach out. That is the biggest thing. And please, families that are watching me, I would never tell you something not true. My son went through 1 year of chemo that I could not be present for because I was not able to stand up and walk down the hallway without feeling drunk, drugged, and out of my mind. My son, I forgot to share with y'all, rang his bell last Friday for no more chemo. He is a cancer warrior. We are Benzo warriors. We are all a warrior on our own level. Don't stop and don't give up. Do not make a permanent decision for a temporary problem. We will get through this together. But the biggest thing is support is really what is drawn everybody together to keep them alive and going. So until then, guys, like I said, this was my 32 day update. But again, I am going to be filming sometime today with my daughter and I, and also look out for part 2 of the most asked questions about benzodiazepines. Until then, see you guys later. Bye.